Okay.
Session and our time together. Well, I know right now Sammy's here.
Sammy.
We have like a smaller group, but I think this is really sweet time to be together. Just want to thank everybody for making this time. Thanks to Lakisha and Dom for just in the midst of a week that has just shed really important light on really long-standing, really hard issues that are not new things, but I think that we are hopefully beginning to see in different ways. But taking some time just to be together and just come together as a community and friends and be in conversation and have time to learn together. And we're gonna do like our UVA trivia and stuff as we usually do. But I also, just for people who are already on the call, wanted to say that Karen and I and Christy and Beth from Theological Horizons were talking about just the rest of the summer. And this is our third week of cafe nights. And I've been so excited about this project, but also don't have our speakers all planned out for the summer. And there's this incredible thing that we really want, if anybody ever, when you're coming to cafe nights, you're like, oh, this is something I would love for us to talk about, or this is somebody who I would love to hear from on this platform. We are really open to hearing what you want to talk about. And I can put my email in our chat. You're always welcome to email me or message us on social media. I promise I'll respond about any topics or people you want to hear from. So, Karen, do you want me to ask our trivia questions?
Yes.
Okay. So, we have our UVA trivia per usual, which is very fun. So, okay, so our first question is, UVA would not have always been a school where I could have attended as a woman. So what year did UVA begin to admit women? Not to the nursing school, which is the trick answer.
1970?
You're super close.
71?
Elena said 1970.
You're getting closer.
Wait.
You can chat it if you want, but don't look it up. Hey, Dom. When did UVA admit women, Dominique? Oh, unmute.
What was the question?
When did UVA begin admitting women?
Do I type it or do I answer?
Right, you can do both, either.
Is it 1957?
No.
Or something with a 7? 74?
Yeah, something with the 7.
74? 70 something, in the 70s, 72.
Yeah, that's it.
Yay!
Okay, all right. Dominique's our winner, and Elena's close, so don't be sad. You could share this if you can figure out how to do it. These are your glow-in-the-dark bracelets. So I'll send them to you, Dominique. You just have to text me your snail mail address, okay?
Okay, sure.
Yay, congratulations.
Thank you.
I love those. We have one more question. As an architect, I actually think this is the best thing that ever happened to the Rotunda. We can talk about it later. But the Rotunda burned down. And what year did our Rotunda building catch fire and burn to the ground? Anybody know? Yeah, Maddie.
Whoa.
Coming in hot.
1895? Wow. Oh, so that was so fast, I was unprepared. So Maddie, congratulations. You get the chicken silly putty as your prize. Yay! So text me your snail mail address.
Awesome.
Amazing.
Wow, that was thrilling.
I love these prizes. Can I just say that?
Thank you. Yeah. So fun. Well, okay, so that's trivia. Did anybody make the tea, or do you have any special drinks with you tonight? I cheated and brought kombucha up.
I also
water bottle.
My sparkling water.
I just have regular green teas.
Yeah, that's also great.
Cool. I did put a Propel packet in here, so I have some electrolytes.
Great. Yeah, you're gonna need it because you're in charge. Well, we are just so excited that Lakisha Lockhart is here with us tonight. We're gonna get started with her, and Lakisha Lockhart we met through the Forum for Theological Education. She's been living in Richmond. She's a professor there. But she is moving to Chicago as professor at Chicago Seminary, Theological Seminary. So you will be the assistant professor of
Practical theology.
And she's like womanist theologian to watch for the whole millennia and all kinds of amazing things. So you will see why she's amazing. And we're just so thankful that you're here with us tonight. I know all of us, you know, are bringing all kinds of things. So we're just going to hand it all over and let you lead us through some time together. So thank you for coming.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for having me. So just take off.
Yep, take off. We're yours.
Fabulous.
Ah.
All right, so hey, I'm glad to be with you all today. Thanks for having me. So I just want to play for a little bit, just do a couple of different things. But if you guys don't mind, I really want to start with a body scan. So for me and all the work that I do, especially right now in the world, I just want to check in with our bodies. We hold so much in our bodies, tension-wise. I mean, just things that we don't even think about. And so I just think our bodies are wonderful, amazing, beautiful, sacred places. And so I just want to give it a minute to just take it in, to breathe it in, and just to remember our bodies, and then we'll play. So just get in whatever position is comfortable for you. If that's sitting, standing, laying, as long as you can hear my voice, I don't have to see your face, whatever it is. So just get comfortable. And it's just going to be a real quick one. I'm going to start from our feet and then work our way up. And eyes closed, eyes open, whatever you need. So take a deep breath in, let it out. Another deep breath in, let it out. One more deep breath in, let it out. Good. So let's start with our feet. That includes the very bottom heel, even if it was rough, because I know we haven't been able to go get them done, some of us. That also includes our toes, the top arch of our foot, and our ankle. So all the foot, if you need to move it, that's fine. If you just need to be still, that's fine. Just take a minute to see what's going on and just to be aware. Gently and kindly give it notice. Good. And take a deep breath in and send some energy and some gratitude to your foot. Lovely. Now we're going to move up to our shin, our calf, and our knee. All that nice space there. And again, just taking a moment to take notice kindly and gently, to see whatever we're feeling, to check in with our body. Good. Take a deep breath in. Send some energy and some gratitude to that place. Good. Now we're moving up to our thighs and our rear. And if we're sitting, we might feel this particularly right now. In general, sitting at a lot of Zoom calls, we might be feeling this particularly right now in all of our gluteus maximus, minimus, all of that space. So just take a deep breath in and let it out, sending energy and gratitude. Good. Let's work our way up. We have our pelvis, we have our core, just checking in. Maybe if we're eating or if we're drinking something, we might feel a little different in our core right now. Whatever it is, just gently and kindly take notice. And take a deep breath in. Send some energy and some gratitude to your core. Great. Now we're just going to move up. So the chest and the top of the shoulder blades right there. Again, this is one of the places where we tend to hold a lot of tension. Given everything that's going on in our world right now, you might just be holding on things even if you haven't even talked about it. Just take inventory, check in with your body kindly and gently. Just check in, see what's happening. Take a deep breath in and send gratitude and energy to your chest and your shoulder. Good. Now we're just going to flip over and we're going to hit the back. So we're going to do our lower and our upper back at the same time. Now realizing we hold different things in different places. So just check in with what's going on in your back. And again, feel free if you need to move it, check in, that's fine. If you need stillness, whatever you need. Lovely. Take a deep breath in. Send some energy to your back. Nice. Now we're going to come back up and finishing out the shoulders and our biceps and our elbow. That whole good space. Just check in, see what's going on. Good. Take a deep breath in. Send energy and gratitude. Good, good. Now we're moving to our forearm, our wrist, hand, fingers, all of that. Again, feel free to move it if you need or if you need stillness. Take a deep breath in and send some energy. Wonderful, wonderful, great. Now we're going to move back up to our neck, our head, our eyes, nose, ears, just all the upper space, hair, everything. Just take a moment to take in, see what's going on, check in with how you're feeling, where your body might be needing right now. Good, take a deep breath in and send some gratitude and some energy. Great, let's take another deep breath. Let it out. One more, and let it out. Fabulous, thank you. Thank you for opening that way. I appreciate that. And so I'm always curious, when was the last time we checked in with our bodies? Feel free to talk to me. You can unmute yourselves if you like.
I actually just started a new job, and I was shocked that my supervisor, we had like a meeting at the end of my first week, and she started it off with a body scan. I was like, what? This is the coolest place ever. So yeah,
That's amazing. And how much of a difference did that make?
just like doing that with a group is really, really powerful, I think. So it was just like, it made me feel very like cared for, I think. And they always helps. There's always a ton of shit in here that I just don't even know about.
So much.
Yeah. Or, excuse
Yeah.
my language.
Hey, that's how you're feeling. I'm good with that. Anybody else? Just how did it feel just to kind of give your body a minute?
It felt weird. I'm not really used to doing it a lot. I think the last time I did it was in class last year around this time. I was in a Black and Latinx performance class, and that's how we also started our classes. And I don't think I've done it since. So it's not a habit for me to like feel like in my body. I'm usually kind of just like a spacey kind of like feeling things outside than versus like feeling super like physically grounded. So it was very kind of like weird, but like good. And kind of was like, oh yeah, like I'm a person with physical, right? I don't know. It just felt kind of interesting, but I needed it. So good.
Yeah, good. Anybody else? Yeah, no pressure. It's all good. I love starting that way. Wait, anybody else? Any thoughts? No?
I do it at the end. I do pretty like regular yoga practice, but even just when you're like starting with it, we end every class with a body scan, and it's always a highlight of my class. And I don't know why I've never thought about starting things with
It's all good. I like to, I mean, Other places when it's like extended, I do start and finish just so we're always remembering our body, just because I just believe our bodies are a locus for so many things. They can be sites for theological reflection. I mean, we're literally living in them every day. Everything we're taking in affects our body. But so often we don't give our body the love it deserves and that it cares, that it needs, because it's this amazing, beautiful, sacred vessel instrument that we have. And sometimes we just need to say, you know what, body, I got you. I'm just going to take a minute. Because we deserve it. I mean, and especially I think in the time of COVID, in the time of murder and brutality and Black lives that are, dying, I think it's even more important to value the bodies that we have and to give our bodies time and say that they're important and that they matter and that it matters that we take time for them. So I love starting that way, to try to just flip. Well, I don't need your name. I don't need anything, because before we're any of that, we are embodied people. And I think that's an amazing, beautiful thing. So I just wanted to open like that and just thinking about how even if I didn't know your name, we can still be bodies together existing. And I just always think that's powerful. That I don't need to know where you work. I don't necessarily need to know your name. We can be bodies and we can exist and we can play and we can have fun. So yeah. So hopefully that lets you know a little bit of kind of about me in the process. I probably told you a little bit about kind of about who I am. But I would love to know your names though, since we are going to be kind of talking for the next little while. But I want to do it in a different way. So if we could all go around and say our names and our pronouns. So Keisha, she, her, hers. And if you were an amusement park, ride, game, or event, or food, what would you be and why? So while you think about it, I'm going to give you mine because I've thought about the question, so I've been thinking about it for a minute. So mine would be, I'd be a whack-a-mole, just because right now I just feel like everything that's happening, it feels like I'm being whacked right now with just so much death, so much just happening in the world. So I have a 1-year-old son, and I also have a Black husband and a Black son. And so it feels particularly powerful right now. And so I just feel like I'm being whacked, but I also feel like it's part of my call to be resisting and to be resilient. And for me, playing is resistance. So waking up and letting my son just have nothing but joy is resistance. And so I feel like I keep coming back up no matter how many times I get hit. So that's where I'm at right now. But I'd be curious what you all are. So feel free to jump in, but everyone has to go because I need to know who you are as well. So I feel like everybody's thinking. I love this one.
So I'm Karen, I'm she, her, hers, and I feel like the teacups, the teacups that spin all around. And I went on it once and I got really, really nauseous because I just got so dizzy. And I think the last 24 hours I've really felt like that it's just been like, I can't even get my focus. And it was supposed to be fun, but it's not. I got on this ride and I can't seem to get off. So that's mine.
Powerful, thank you.
I can go. My name's Caroline Carr. It's a double name, and she, her, hers. And it's kind of like the prototypical. I guess I would be a roller coaster for multiple reasons. A little bit of an adrenaline junkie from like a outside standpoint, but I think that I really resonate with something about roller coasters where there's like this person, like they're like kind of chaotic when you're on them, but they're very grounded in like physics and math, and like I feel like there's that kind of, it's like these different sides of personality. There's like this very like analytical, like grounded, and hopefully, I don't know, probably not, but it comes off as chaos a lot of the times. So yeah.
Thank you. Whenever you get it, just jump in.
I can go. I got it. I had to think about it. I'm Katie. I'm she, her, hers. And I think I am, okay, you know that one, it's like the lamest carnival game ever, but the one where you like hit the thing and the thing goes up and it's supposed to go ding, but you never get it. And I have really weak upper body. And I feel like right now I'm just like trying to hit it. And it's like, and that's just how I am right now. I think like, with everything, and with like trying to be an effective ally and like not knowing what that looks like, and there's no one answer, I'm just hitting, and I just keep going, and I got to do some more push-ups so that I can hit a little bit harder. But that's what I am.
That's real. Thank you.
I'm Jen, pronouns she, her, hers. I think if I were a game or like a roller coaster, I think I would be like the one that's like the safe one. And so like it would have that one loop that gives like everyone that excitement, but then like you're safe even with like everything going on, all of the crazy noise. It's like that one loop and you're good. I think I kind of need that right now. Like I was noticing with the body scan, I was like, my shoulders, we are holding something there. I don't know what, but there is something there.
Yeah, that's good. Thank you. Absolutely. Make sure you give notice to that, even if it's just a gentle notice. Like you said, there's something there, and let it reveal itself and it will. All right, who else wants to come next?
I'm Maddie. I use she, her, hers, and I guess the like roller coaster or the amusement park ride I resonate with the most right now is the like worst roller coaster where you get on and it's indoors, so you can't see where it's going, and it can be kind of exhilarating, but it also can lead to like horrible whiplash. And I feel like I just like hit a really hard bump on it, and like it's gonna end at some point, but I've already committed to it.
That's real. Thank you.
I can go. I'm Kristen, she, her, hers. I, for a second, was thinking about the spinning teacups as well, but I think I remember drop towers, the ones that you like go up and then it just shoots down. I feel like I'm kind of sitting at the top of that right now and like waiting for it to go down, and I'm like, when's it gonna drop? Like, kind of feels like it already has, but like, I don't know. I'm not sure like what point of the ride I'm on, but somewhere in there. So.
Thank you. Yeah.
I can jump in. Hi, my name is Sam. I use he, him, his pronouns. And Katie got me really thinking about the games. And I think I'm like one of those ring tosses where, the holes that you're supposed to get them on are just far too big for the rings. They're certainly rigged. The system is rigged. Everything is rigged. And yeah, right now I feel like I'm throwing a lot of rings, trying to hit some things on. Don't really know super where to aim. Also, there's no good things to hit. So that's how I'm feeling.
Thank you.
I'll go next. Did someone say something?
Oh yeah, Dom, you can go.
Oh, okay. Hey, Elena. Yeah, so I feel like I can't think of any concrete thing. So I will say I'm the entrance less as exit of the park. It's getting a lot of like traffic. It's like in and out. You're not really like, there's no like system, like efficient system. It's kind of just things are like flowing, and I'm not really paying attention to a lot. I'm trying to like hold on, like it's fluid, but it's not really substantial, like this is what's happening, I guess. Like I don't have a lot of I guess gauge on every little thing that's going on, so it just feels like an overwhelm of just stuff flowing in and out, I guess, is kind of like where I'm at. It's like this weird part of the amusement park where like stuff is going on but not really, and like it's happening but it's not as fun as like the other parts. So that's kind of where I am, and I definitely agree with Jen with the like feelings and the shoulders and stuff. I definitely felt that. Also she, her, hers too.
Thank you.
So hi everyone, my name is Elena. My pronouns are she, her, hers. Yeah, I took taken a lot of time just to think about what carnival rider I would be, but I was just thinking about like the Ferris wheel and how the first time I rode it, it was like very exhilarating and exciting, but just experiencing like the highs and the lows of it has been really what I think has like encapsulated the past year or so. for me personally. But yeah, just thinking about this new chapter that I'll be starting my life soon with grad school, but then just thinking about everything that's going on in the present moment. And I've been on like an emotional like roller coaster, both physically, mentally, and spiritually as well. So yeah, just experiencing a lot of highs and lows. Yeah.
Thank you.
I guess I can go. Hey, I'm Don. Hi, nice to meet you guys. Him, he, his, yeah. I would say I'm more like the bumper cars where you know, you get in the bumper cars, you're like, oh, I'm gonna dominate everybody in here. But then, you know, you hit the gas and it just does like whatever it wants to do. And my bumper car is like life and like thoughts and whatnot. So, you know, they're just kind of like free flowing and just doing whatever they want to do with the little ski sound going on in the background. So, yeah, I'm bumper cars.
Thank you.
I can jump in. My name is Mary Dryden. I also have a double name. You can call me MD if that's easier. I have a really specific example. Elena already said the Ferris wheel, but one time I was doing this volunteering thing where I was living in a house with a bunch of volunteers, and a carnival was like set up down our street, like this fair. And so we watched throughout a couple of days as this Ferris wheel was like constructed, and then we went on it, and it was way too fast and like really small and like kind of unsafe. So I'm kind of feeling the vibes of this small and probably not like okay Ferris wheel to be on.
Understandable. Thank you.
Sade.
Oh, go ahead. We still have a few left. I mean, you know, like a few, like, you know, Sarah, or I don't know if it's pronounced Sade or.
Yes, Sade. Yes, hello. My name is Sade, and I use she, her, and hers pronouns. And what came to mind for me is the large slide at the carnival where you have to sit on a sack, and it has like multiple, not bumps, but it's very large. And yes, exactly. Thank you. Yes, so that came to mind for me. And I know when I went on it the last time I went on it was last summer with my cousins, and we all were excited. We got the adrenaline's rushing in our body, and we get up there, and then you look down, you're like, oh, do I want to do this? But I'm already up here, so I got to go down. So that's what came to mind for me.
Thank you. All right, and then there was Sarah.
Hi, everyone. I apologize for any background noise. I'm in transit. She, her, hers, or they. I'm Sarah, and let's see. I think we could choose to be carnival food, and I think that I am a giant pretzel because it's really filling and it's super tasty, and you can put all different kinds of sauces on it. You can dress it up any which way you like. I don't know if that really applies to me, but I just like pretzels, but also a little bit salty sometimes, like right now. So that's me.
I like it. Thank you. All right, so Zoe, excuse me, I know you just came in. We are introducing ourselves, excuse me, by saying what amusement park ride we would be. Well, ride, game, event, or food we would be right now, and why. Yeah.
Okay, well, my name's Zoe, she, her, and I would say the roller coaster. Is that lame? Is that like what everyone says? Boo. Okay, if I wasn't the roller coaster, I just came, guys. You can't. The ride that goes up and down really fast. Can I do that one? You're muted, Dom. I can't hear you.
Oh,
Yes,
like the drop
whatever you want.
tower?
You just have to tell us.
Yeah, the one that like just goes up and down. I do that. I don't know. I think I can go really high energy and I can go really low energy really fast. So I think it fits.
Okay. I dig it. I dig it. Thank you. Anybody else just join us? No, I think that's everybody. So thank you all for letting me have some insights into your lives. I appreciate it. And I think it was Katie that mentioned that you get a lot of insights. Yeah, feel free to use this. Just please, you know, the educator in me, I always teach tools that can be used. So feel free anytime you want to use it. So yay. So now that we kind of know each other a little bit more, and we did do a body scan as well, Zoe. So feel free to, you know, check in with your body, see what's going on, you know, on your own. But now I want us to get into a practice, and it's called Lectio Divina Plus. So you might be familiar with Lectio Divina, which is considered like a divine reading, or, you know, you take a scripture or a passage or something, and you kind of, they're like the 5 steps, right? So you read it aloud, you pray, you meditate, you contemplate, and then there's an action that comes from it. So I just feel like there's probably a lot going on in our minds with everything that's happening. I wanted to give us a kind of a creative outlet. So this is a good time for, if you have markers or Legos or an instrument or any way that you would like to express yourself now, feel free to bring those things or grab them right now, because I'm going to put up a passage and then we're going to read it. And I will give you a minute to, you know, or 2 to pray about it. I'll give you another minute or 2 to meditate and contemplate on it. And then our action is going to be a creative creation. Because I feel like one of the biggest acts of resistance right now with everything that's going on is to create, is to play, is to bring something new into this world. And so really thinking about whatever you're feeling, whatever comes to you based on this passage, whatever speaks to you, just create. If it's a song, if it's, you know, a Lego tower, if it's, you know, a new tea recipe, if it's, you know, whatever it might be, just let your mind go there and let that be your action, right, of what we're doing, and a kind of like this playful act. So does everyone have whatever tools they need to make this happen? Okay. Also, remember, your body is also a tool. So if you want to do a little dance, go for it. Or you want to put, I remember one time, I had one person that said that they were like doing this the whole time just because that was what it felt like. So just know nothing is off limits. So I want you to go for it. Even if it's like you're just creating an idea, because I know you're driving, Sarah. So even if it's just you're creating something in your mind right now, feel free to do that as well. Oh, Michelle just joined us. Hello, Michelle. So because you just joined us, before we move into our Lectio Divina Plus, you have to give us your pronoun, and because everyone else did, you have to tell us if you were an amusement park ride, event, or food, which one would you be right now and why?
My pronouns are she, her. I think I'd be a funnel cake with lots of like powdered sugar.
Solid. Any particular reason why?
I think it's just like all over the place and a little frazzled, but like fun. I feel like I'm that.
I can dig it. Thank you. Okay, so we're gonna, I'm not sure if you caught, did you catch all of the Lectio Divina Plus explanation, or do we need a quick recap?
I think I caught most of it.
Okay, so we're just gonna do, I'm gonna put up a scripture, I'll share my screen, and then we'll do a reading, a prayer, meditation. Well, you pray on your own, you meditate and contemplate, so I'll probably give you 3 to 4 minutes to do that on your own, and then you create whatever comes to you from it. So whatever your creation is, it's song, it can be writing, poem, Lego tower, whatever you create. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen. I can't share my screen. The host have to let me be able to share my screen. Can I share my screen, hosts? If not, I can just say it. I just wanted them to be able to see it. Oh, I can share it now. Okay, yay. Okay, so can everybody see this? Yes. Okay, great. So I know we've probably heard of Micah 6 and 8 before, right? What does the Lord require of us? But to be humble, to do justice, and to walk humbly with our our God. I really, this week, something about the message version of this really spoke to me this week. I just like the way it's settled. It says, do what is fair and just to your neighbor. Be compassionate and loyal in your love. And don't take yourself too seriously. Take God seriously. Well, I imagine that it sounds like that, right? Of course, I put my own inflection. So I'm going to read it one more time aloud, and then I invite you to read it to yourself to see what speaks to you. And then I'll give us a couple minutes. I'll, as long as it doesn't hinder anyone, I might play some light instrumental music in the back, if that's okay, if that will be helpful, or if it will interfere with your concentration, feel free to tell me no, and I can wait. Matter of fact, I'll just wait until the action piece to play music because I want people to be able to focus. So you'll have a couple minutes to pray, meditate, contemplate, and then I'll move us into the action piece with music. So once you hear the music, you'll know that's a good transition time if you haven't already. Okay, so I'm going to read it one more time. Do what is fair and just to your neighbor. Be compassionate and loyal in your love. And don't take yourself too seriously. Take God seriously. We have about close to around 2 more minutes. So just checking it, even if it's not completely done, it's just to get us started, okay? All right, well, we're all secretly jamming, and continue to create and continue to do that. I just know that our time is winding, and so I just wanted to offer just a time to share, even what you just started, in hopes that you will take this and finish, right, and make more time to play and to do this. But of course, I will go first because I would never ask you to do anything I didn't do as well. So what stuck out to me when I did this was fair and just. To be fair and just, and then loyal, fair and just, and then not too seriously. So I'm not an artist, but you're just guys gonna go with me because I left my blocks in my son's room before he went to sleep. So you know it's gonna happen. So I just did it double Dutch. Because I'm just thinking about, I'm not sure if anyone has done double Dutch before, but for those of you that aren't familiar, it's like jump rope, but with 2 ropes. So just imagine jump rope, imagine 2 ropes, people at 2 people, or 1 person on each end, and then 1 person in the middle trying to jump 2 ropes simultaneously, like at the same time, one right after the other. And it's just this space of, if you don't have people that are good rope turners that are doing this work well, it's easy to fall. It's easy to get hurt. It's easy when this, if the rope isn't the right side. Like there's so many things. So when I think about being fair and just and loyal, I'm like, and not taking too seriously, like you need to be a good rope turners. We need to be good rope turners for people, and to be fair and to be just, because if not, people can get really hurt. So that's kind of what it brought for me. So as you feel moved, again, this one isn't, you have to share. This is if you choose to. I would love to see what you've started to create from what you've shared. Come on, I showed you my doodle of double Dutch. Come on. I mean, my stick figures, guy. Come on.
All right, I'll show you mine then. So I was just struck by, I sort of collected the words and like compassion, to be, with someone in their passion. So that struck me. And also the don't take yourself too seriously, that comes across as like modesty to me, because I think there's this pressure to like be everything and do everything and say the right thing and be in the right place and show your virtue. And I mean, it's like, look, just to be human is to not take yourself too seriously. And I think that's a challenge for us now, to do our part and let that be enough, or a beginning.
Yeah, mine kind of goes along with that actually. The part that really stood out to me was take God seriously. I just don't know. It's like, I don't know that I've heard those words, like those 3 words often or ever. I don't know. And I just came from a march and there was so much faith in that group of people, and the leaders were just, it wasn't a religious event. So my mom was kind of like, why were they praying? But it was really powerful. And they were like just calling on the fire of God to come down. And so I found myself playing some like really like angry chords, like a very like frantic strum pattern. And I think it's just because I have all this like energy and I feel like I can't stop. Like I get home and I can't like I have to keep going. Like I can't take a breath kind of. And then yeah, no, I can't. It was just random. It was, I think another thing, Lakisha, that was really cool was that I found myself just like playing without like trying to come up with a product, which was so cool. Cause I'm always like, like there were no lyrics came to me. It was just like, it was just prayer. So, the pattern that I was just kind of repeating was, and I just kept like hitting it like harder. And then I was just thinking about like, take God seriously, like take God seriously. And I just started like, it was just all of a sudden like big, like loud chords of just like God, just like his voice, like speaking over this. I don't know. It was really cool. It was really cool. I'm like emotional. Okay, I'm gonna mute myself now.
No, don't. Just that's what creativity and just giving yourself space to play does, right? It lets you get in touch with, like, maybe you have those emotions the whole time, you just haven't let yourself feel it. It's coming from a real place. So thank you for sharing. That's so real. And it was beautiful. So beautiful. I mean, I'm I like to say I appreciate music. I'm, not a musician myself. I mean, I might try, but I'm just not, let's be honest. So that was beautiful. I'm grateful. Anyone else want to share?
Kind of like Karen, I like got into the words, and I took the kind of like take God seriously and kind of translated it into like trust God, bro, because I felt like that was kind of like way more casual. But that's essentially what we should be doing, is like trusting God in this really hard time. So, yeah.
That's real. Thank you. Anyone else? And always no pressure.
Okay, so I'm a doodler. But okay, it's gonna look ridiculous when I show it to you. But I doodled these, I don't know if you can see it, these like really weird patterns.
Oh, that's cool.
Hi, my friend Jordan's walking up. But I find myself like doodling patterns like this a lot when I get anxious. And I also just I think when I was reading our passage and just I was trying to like draw, not looking at the page, just like kind of looking at the words and then just like letting my hand move. And I was talking to Lakisha about this earlier, I majored in architecture, so drawing is like a very important tool for me, and just sometimes just like have to let your body go. And when I was drawing these like really weird patterns, I feel like, to me, it almost looks like walking, like the embodiment of what you're like walking out. Like, I don't know how to deal with these things. I don't know how to resonate. like or reconcile like these words that I'm reading and I believe that then my actions look different and they're just all over the place, and it kind of looks angry, but it also just kind of looks ridiculous. Like, you know, like at the same, I don't know how, like when I look at it, I'm like, and I'm also like, how could you look at that and not just laugh because I drew ridiculous patterns, and like just trying not to take it too seriously. I don't know, just kind of letting my hand move on the page.
That's beautiful. And that's amazing. I think someone said they want you to illustrate an anxiety coloring book, and I would second that. Please, I feel like you have a contingency here, so just go on ahead and work on that. Like, let us know when it's coming out. No, that's amazing. I mean, I literally was looking at it like, because I have a book of like mandalas and like different kinds of things that I color. And I'm like, oh, that looks just like what I color when I get all like crazy. I'm like, yes, let me just calm down. So that's amazing how your hands do that. I could never. I love learning people. People have such amazing gifts. Oh my goodness. Thank you for sharing that. That's amazing. And I also think there's such a beauty when we let our bodies be free. And even saying that, I know it's harder for some bodies than other bodies to be in a place of freedom, especially right now. So I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful to have a space to explore and to do that. Anybody else? I know our time is winding, so, but if anyone else would like to share.
So I had like a picture in my mind, and then I just kind of like inserted myself in the picture. But for some reason, I read the verse, and all I could think of was like a blanket, and like the world's like fuzziest blanket. And I was like, what if the whole world, we all like wrapped our neighbors up in a blanket, and it turned into like a quilt that was like covering the earth. But yeah, I think, and then I just like inserted myself like being covered by someone and someone else covering me in all these beautiful colors, and it was just like a very warm experience. But yeah,
that's beautiful. I feel like it's also a very like, as you were saying it, I was thinking about like, it's a very womanist thought. It's like a womanist theology, like this very, you want the flourishing of all people and like to wrap people in quilts, you know, because even the practice of quilt making was a very, you know, Black woman, you know, we made quilts. And so it's just, even as you were saying, I was like, oh, it just sounds amazing. That's amazing. And even just be able to picture that, that's amazing. Covering others and covering the world. Oh, that is a word, Dominique. That is a whole word. Okay, I know our time is, and I don't know if you guys have it. Do you have an ending ritual, Karen? I don't want to take away too much, but I don't, you know.
Well, you've taken us to such a lovely place. I think we're all so relaxed and together. It's amazing what you've brought us into, Lakisha. Thank you. And we're gonna continue to follow your work in Chicago now that we're onto this whole Zoom thing. We can, you know, get you here across the miles. And Lakisha has a website. She's a consultant too, so she's got some resources, and anything that you want to share with us, Lakisha, we'll put it in the show notes, because on the Theological Horizons website, we now have a page for cafe nights. So, so maybe after this, we can get together and get some of your good stuff. And y'all can post, if you didn't get to share your expression, you could scan it or record it or whatever. We'll put it on there and you can go public. But well, Dominique and Lakisha actually met, was it last spring? It seems like another world. But so we thought this was a perfect match for Dominique to offer up our show and tell tonight. And when I asked Dominique, I didn't know how perfect this was going to be, because she's moving to South Korea soon. So this is kind of a send off. And I see you have some of your fan club here. But yeah, take some time for your show and tell. It's like kindergarten. You can do anything that you want. So.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I think I'm familiar with most people, but if you don't know me, I am Dominique. I graduated last year. And Miss Karen is correct. I am going to South Korea. Officially today, I actually drove up to give my passport to the Korean embassy. to get an official visa. So I was gonna like hold off on telling everyone, but then I started getting messages and I was like, how does everyone know? And then I looked in the email and it was like, Mrs. Karen says, oh, say goodbye to Dominique. I was like, okay, that's why. But yes, it is true. I'll probably be leaving in about a month to teach English for a year. So yay, adventure. Yeah, so this might be, my last couple like months or like months, I guess. Last time kind of seeing most of you maybe. But yeah, it's all good. But so for show and tell though, which is why I'm here, I have my guitar. I see some of us also have guitars or musical. I still have yet to name him or her or decided what gender. I have always like called it both Javier and Maria interchangeably. So not really sure, but it's okay. We're a pair, so it doesn't really matter. But I was talking with my friend Donovan, who is here. Donovan is also in Hampton with me. He did not go to UVA, but we're really close friends. And I was like, oh, this show and tell, like, I don't know what to show or like bring. Like, do I have something like valuable? Is it supposed to be personal? Like, is there a prized possession that I have? And he suggests like my guitar. And I was like, oh my gosh, like that is probably the one thing in this world that I like center around myself, like object. Like I'm not a material person, so that's why I'm like I don't really have much attachment and like stories to things, but this guitar is like where I release all of my anxiety and stress, how I create and express myself. And literally, like I think last month or so, I broke the 6th string of it. And I had not changed my strings in like 5 years. That's how good the guitar was. And I got it used from like an old guitar store. And I was like, beautiful, it's wonderful. And it broke. And I was like, and I like cried. I actually cried real tears and like wrote a whole poem of how sad I was that my guitar was broken, because I was like, this is like, I couldn't play it. And it felt like so like stifling not to have like the full thing. And I tried to play a chord and I was like, it just wasn't the same. And I got new strings and it's still kind of feeling different and it's still an adjustment and I have to like tune it more. And so it's this weird kind of like different relationship also now with my guitar. That's weird to say. I guess if you're a musical person, you understand like that relationship with your instrument. But this is like a really, really prized object just for like the emotional stability that I think it gives me. And just like skill and things like that. I didn't plan on sharing actually anything on it, which I don't know if that defeats the purpose or disappoints anyone. But I just wanted to like show you the guitar and like kind of express how much it means to me as an object, but also just like as a relationship also, I think too.
Like one little thing, even just a few little things, just one little.
Okay, well, I know 2 people on this chat have probably heard me play this riff a lot, but it's something I made and still have not found lyrics for, but it's just like a tune that's always been reoccurring and that I usually always play like whenever I'm just like stressed and I just need to like play something, get something out, and I just always go to this one like melody line that I created. So I will play it for you, and it's pretty simple. So I don't know, hopefully I'll start playing. Let me know if you can hear me or not. But hold on, that's not tuned. That's and all the news. It gets out of tune in like 2 seconds. But if you want to hear how my guitar tunes. Yeah, I tuned this right before, and this is how out of tune it is. That's kind of it. Just over and over again.
Mhm.
Yay.
Bravo, bravo. Beautiful. Thanks, Dominic. Thank you for showing and telling and showing your face. And we all together, send our love to you and ask God's blessings and to keep you safe and give you joy. And we're here. We're always reachable by email and Zoom or, all these ways, but still you'll be far away. So we'll miss you.
Thank you.
And Lakisha, thank you for letting us bring all of our crazy Ferris wheels and funnel cakes and holding all of us together for this hour. It's been really refreshing. I know I feel so much better now after this time. Next week we'll have another cafe night, and Donnell Woodson is going to join us. Donnell was here in Charlottesville kind of before your time, but he was the campus grounds minister for One Way Ministry. I think it was called Impact then. It's the Black Ivy before Charlene Brown and then Jerry Maynard. But Donnell was here then. He's on the board of the study center, so he comes in and out. But he's in Atlanta now, and he is at the Lupton Center and does community education. And really, their purpose is to build the city, build community in Atlanta. They do have a lot of conversations around racial reconciliation. His wife Yvonne is a scientist at Emory, so they moved there. They have a little girl. And you'll just love Donnell. And he has such a love for all of us here in Charlottesville and at UVA. So even though you may not know him, he's been where you are and has a lot of love and a lot of wisdom. So he's gonna enter into a conversation with us about lessons that he's learned. And I think we'll make a lot of space for you all to talk to him and ask him any questions or kind of guide this discussion. And from there, we really, as Caroline Carr said, we really are letting you all kind of guide the kind of evenings you want these to be. This is a time for us to get together and enjoy one another's company and kind of carry each other's burdens, be loyal and modest and compassionate. So let us hear from you because we want this time to be a space that feeds your souls and allows you to care for one another, even at a distance, because we are apart. But here we are together in this way. So as we go, may the Lord Christ go with you wherever he may send you. May he guide you through the wilderness, protect you through the storm. May he bring you home rejoicing at the wonders he has shown you. May he bring you home rejoicing once again into our doors. Blessings. Love y'all.
Thank you. That was so much fun.
Good luck, Dominique.
Thanks, Katie.
Wow.
Thanks, Lakisha. Thanks, Karen.
Thank you, Lakisha.
Bye.
Creating.